Buenas noches a todos. Welcome back to Tom Plays EU4 for absolute beginners. We're back with Spain. Last time we took a lot of territory from the British, mostly in the middle, and then it immediately erupted into an enormous revolution where we lost it all again, but it all became a bunch of different territories. So yeah, probably going to try to take those back, although I might do it gradually because we don't need to do it for the mission tree anymore. And I'm actually still wondering if I would rather set my sights on France next, maybe look at trying to connect up our disparate lands finally. So we do have a spy network in France. It's not huge, but it's probably not beyond the pale that we could fabricate a couple of claims. I don't know if we still need to, what with imperialism and such like. We've also got these French territories and these French territories, which I do tend to forget about. Poor Portugal. What else? Did we ever spy on the Ottomans? We did at one point, but we don't anymore. So let's start building one. Should check colonies again. I think we have basically finished most colonisation now. So we've got a bunch of colonies sitting basically with nothing to do. So another possibility would be to attack Kano, who I think we do actually already have a claim on. Yeah. See, if we could take this Ida, then we could actually start colonising. Basically gain 3 more provinces for nothing. So that would probably be a good next move. I am expecting uprisings here though, so I'm wondering if maybe... I did look this up actually, and I think it may just have been that they just had too many provinces to core at once. So we gave them a whole pile of land, couldn't core it in time, and so we ended up having uprisings. In all honesty, it happened so quickly that I'm not that convinced, and I'm kind of wondering why it never happened when we gave a colonial nation a chunk of land before. But at the same time, it at least sounds feasible. Right, so I'm going to move our troops up to potentially attack Kano. So I'm just thinking, let's give these colonial nations a rest, give them time to call the provinces we've already taken back. There's a bunch of smaller provinces which I think they could take back without our armies anyway. In fact, it's possible they could even take the larger ones, unless these all consolidate. I don't think any of these are going to be all that powerful compared to us, or compared to our colonial nations now, because there are rather a lot of them. So we might be able to do a few more. Big concern is how much of my army I'm having to leave in English provinces, but at the same time I do feel these are likely to revolt. I should say British provinces now. They have renamed. So yeah, I'm thinking Africa anyway, and then France. So maybe if we focus on Kano for now, we can probably do that with one army while leaving our other armies to guard the British, our new British areas. And hopefully by the time we go to attack France, all of our British territory will be relatively settled. And and then we can look at going further into Britain now we have a beachhead. Of course, our main goal with Britain is going to be taking this area, English Louisiana and 13 colonies, and our main goal with France will be to take French Brazil. But also, because there isn't much left of French Brazil, There's also the colonies they have over here. Could at the very least take these. Looks like we've still left France in a rather poor position. Pleasantly. And there's the ones in Africa, but we also want to try, if possible, to join these lands together, which would be really nice if we could finally do that. That's alright. And of course we also want to keep pushing the technology. Got an alliance with the Papal State. I see lots of junior partners. Poland, Bohemia and Austria. That is not bad. A royal marriage with Prussia. Which is reassuring. Still hoping one of these days we might actually get someone on the throne. You never know. Improve relations with them a bit. So yeah, this is a point where with the right DLCs we could actually put these 4 colonies to use, improving our territories. Wouldn't just be sat there twiddling the thumbs, but without DLCs I don't believe you can do anything with them once you've finished colonising everything that can be colonised. Which is why I want to gain access to these 3 provinces. Not sure if there are still any over here. Oh, there are. Yeah, there's still some over here, so the French could still be colonising if they want to. Possibly they are. Eldrat. Right, our spy in France has been discovered. Which is an absolute pain. Right, well let's start here, because then we can at least join Luxembourg onto the Low Countries, well the rest of the Low Countries, without having to worry about attacking the Empire. Felwa. Unfortunately, that's all we did. All we had. Of course, we might just be able to make claims with imperialism now anyway. Which, honestly, I probably will, so... It does make them easier to cause still, I think, if we attack them. Scotland will join in, which is another thing worth bearing in mind. Just trying to think whether we actually took any provinces from Scotland last time. It'd be great to take some of the colonies. I suppose we'll see. We should be more powerful this time around anyway, at least once the armies have recovered, so... Okay. Oh, that's because the armies are so very damaged, I think. Right, fair enough. Well, in that case, you head up to Gao, and I will go and get, hopefully, the rest of the army. I'm assuming we can manage this with a couple of trips. Intercolonial trade. Oh, it's this again, yeah. So again, we're going to avoid the extra limited desire at the cost of mercantilism. France has sown discontent among our population. That's annoying. And you need like a really big spy network to do that. So they're obviously being far more successful than we are at spying. Oh, we finished coring Kent. Brilliant. So that's our... Russia's doing okay. That's our beachhead on the shores of Great Britain. So seeing as that's now cored, hopefully, No, nope, fair enough. Here come the boats. What are we actually looking at here? Spanish Canada revolutionaries. Oh, I don't like the look of that. Norwegian, yep. So the Norwegian separatists, we're currently... Can't change the culture. Fair enough. Oh, brilliant. So this is the Panama Canal. Doesn't seem to have had any noticeable effects on the game, but at least it sounds good. Yeah, no problem. So it was at war with the Ottomans. Okay, so we've got a bunch of separatists. These are all in Bohemia. These are in Ferrara. Spanish Canada revolutionaries. Does worry me a little. Just letting the boats heal a little. I know you should be able to deal with that. I'm sure they'll be fine. Okay. Let's bring these over. Looks like we've got spare transports this time. So yeah, that's all of them. Wonderful. Right, so what else? Succession, Kazan, Portugal and Great Britain. Although none of them are very good because the actual rulers are quite young. Much as I would love to get a personal union over Great Britain, honestly, don't think it's going to happen. Plus they're not tremendously keen on us. Oh, I see us as... Oh no, I don't see us as a rival. I see France as a rival. Got our rivals. Oh, actually, we don't have very many. Families left behind, we can definitely ease the tax burden. Yeah, let's rival France. Definitely don't want to rival Prussia. Happy to rival France, no issues there whatsoever. We'll issue an embargo on them. Remember, you should always have an embargo on anyone you're rivaled with, but generally not anyone else. We've still unfortunately got disloyal nobility, which is costing us because our manpower isn't recovering as fast. I think we did raise levies and then there was an event that made them even more disloyal, which was a little unfortunate. And we've lost our general. The one currently in Kent. That's alright, we'll make a new one for this army as soon as they arrive. Definitely don't need conquistadors anymore. Oh lovely, 3-star general. Right. Okay. So I'm kind of thinking we should... I'm going to do imperialism. I haven't really looked at this, but when you hover over the casus belli that you use, it tells you what effects that casus belli will have. That's fine. So here's just standard, 100% aggressive expansion, prestige and cost. Whereas this one, imperialism, we get cheaper cost and we get less aggressive expansion. And I believe we can still take Ida. So yeah, hopefully imperialism is the way to go. Actually need to keep an eye on Zazzau because we're going to need to attack them nice and early on. But yeah, we can take some of Kano before we take Zazzau, I think. So let's just do it. Not going to try and bring any allies in, even though we can't anyway, so no option. Too far away, I think. So yeah, brilliant. Let us get in there. I'm not expecting to have any problems. I would like to think, just move the speed up a little, that both of our armies will be able to defeat anything that Kano and Zazzau can come up with. But we'll see. Mostly I'd like to prevent them slipping off to the north, although not convinced I'll be able to. And to be fair, you know, there's always a chance that they'll run into, what is it now, Naples, Ferrara, Austria, Bohemia and Poland. So not going to worry too much if they do manage to get by us. Still, if we can intercept that Zazzau army with this one, then that will not be a bad thing. We should look into taking Benin at some point. It's all these really little places. Mexico. Oh right, there's Mexico. Fair enough. Tell you what, why don't you guys go get them while I'm getting Kano. You just take that little province and Mexico as well, hopefully. And yeah, hopefully can pull off the double and declare a holy war. Proclaim holy war as a papal benefit, but it will give us increased manpower recovery speed, which we're desperately in need of at the moment. I still haven't seen that army again yet. Oh, there it is. Ah, never mind. I'll just stay put. Oh, this is good though. This gives an opportunity to put down Kano's, hopefully, main army. I guess we'll just stay there for now. We have won the siege of Zazzau. How's this looking? Yeah, they're on the way. They're on the way. Okay, so we will hopefully be able to make peace with Zazzau. Take any provinces from them that we can get away with. Or I don't want to overdo it, but at the same time, that was a couple here as well. And colonise land. Maybe we should try and move towards that. When it comes to making a peace with Kano, I don't know just how much we'll be able to get away with. I was originally thinking of maybe uncovering at least these two. Probably still a good idea. Just wondering if it's worth trying to creep up there as well. Just thinking of things our colonists can be doing. Okay, well, let's take Kano's capital. Go. That's someone from Castilian Brazil. Better leave it be, I think. Peace offer. They're going to give us money. Now, I think we can do a little better than that, given that we basically conquered your entire country. Siege of Kano. Okay, I'm just going to take all the castles for now. And right, so let's clear the offer. We could have them as a vassal. No, we can't. So it suggested it, but they won't accept that. Fair enough. Could make them release a bunch of smaller nations. Honestly, no way. Nah, I'm sure Naples can handle that. Honestly, at this stage, I'm just thinking, let's just take as much of their country as we possibly can. Diplomat in the Ottomans has been discovered. What can we do before pulling them out? Okay, all we can do apparently is fabricate a claim. I'm honestly not thinking there's much point in it. No, I don't see any point in fabricating claims on the Ottomans. Just leave it. Okay. So if I clear offer, and I'm going to go with seed provinces, how many can I get? All but one. There we go. Canal's doing well, which is good. Let's core all of these provinces. Our missionaries are going to have some work to do again. Let's see how we're doing over here. Okay, this looks good. So Mexico were an ally. No, it's fine. And yeah, brilliant. So we've just gained a couple more provinces. Some separatists wondering, oh, that'll be one of the armies. Fair enough. So hopefully New Spain will be able to deal with the fallout from that. I don't think there's anything left in South America apart from France now. Yeah, that looks good. So yeah, I'm just thinking, see if we can take these provinces back bit by bit, just using the colonial nation's own armies rather than using ours. Interesting. Let's go here. So if we're going to have an opportunity to take down their army. Oh, looks like, okay, let's go around, see if we can help. Castile and Brazil are going to attack them. They are, and it does indeed look like they're winning. Oh, nice one. Thanks, guys. Been delayed. Again, there's no sign of any actual game effects. Normally it tells you what the effects will be. Okay, let's head up to air. '81. That's fine. It's like Bohemian Ferrara shown up, and Austria, and Spanish Peru. I love having vassals and junior partners. Oh, brilliant! It looks like they're actually fleeing to this castle, so we can probably finish them off. Nope, apparently Bohemia can finish them off. Okay. Definitely not complaining. Right, so it looks like if we go too far this way, this is finally going to give us a border with the Ottomans. But, yeah, probably avoid that. And if we leave them any land at all, it's definitely going to be over here. Not saying we couldn't fight the Ottomans, I suspect we probably could at this stage. But I just don't see any good reason to. I'd much rather pick on France, seeing as they've been a thorn in our side for the whole game and we don't have much time left. Let's despite all the spying, the Ottomans haven't really caused us a huge problem. We've taken a few provinces in Australia, which was annoying. Indonesia and Brunei, but yeah. Otherwise, they weren't really much of a problem. Oop, sorry. Rapidly zooming in and out. Oh, thank you. Finally caught France's spy network. And they were back up to 75 even then. Okay, looks like we have some separatists. Well, actually, I don't know if we need to worry because we have an active fort here. So any land that those separatists take will just be taken back anyway. So we're in no danger of actually losing the territory, I don't think. Which is good. Unless they try and go for the fort itself, in which case I'll send an army over. Fetishist zealots. So what religion do they have? Oh, they're Sunni. Right, of course. We're 99%. I think we get 100% though. Which might give us a bit more. Just a slight, like, one extra territory and stuff. Probably push as much as we can to take as much territory as we can again. Not too worried. Might mean uprisings for a bit, but kind of used to them now. Okay, I don't think you'll need it anymore actually. So let's send you over there just in case we do have issues with the separatists. And yeah, I think you I might send over towards France. It's only on 99%. Oh, there's one more territory. Fair enough. And now it's gone. So we're now on 100% war score. So okay, suggest demands is just this is where suggest demands really loses out. So Ida, just go across there and take those two, and then just start filling in the gaps. And that's it, that's our limit, so let's do that. And some of this is probably helped by, so this is the overextension warning, which basically means we need to core things fairly rapidly. Yeah, it's probably helped a bit by us having diplomatic ideas. I'm just thinking actually maybe I should keep this army around, maybe in Kano, because there are inevitably going to be a bunch of uprisings. Just send missionaries to some of the lands we weren't able to core. That's fine, that's absolutely fine. So the intention is to have Kano as a kind of buffer state between us and the Ottomans. It probably won't work. I imagine the Ottomans will just take it before long and we will have a border with them anyway. But in other news, we can now send colonists to all three of these provinces and this one. So yeah, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. In fact, I might just look at splitting this army up and using it to protect the colonists. So let's send you there. Papal State has elected a new courier controller. Oh heck, right, we have maxed out our military power. Okay, probably no massive use for that, so I'm just going to spam it on Toledo again. Having our capital as the most developed province in the world. Okay, where were we? Split you. And cool. I think that should do it. So if we just speed up time. Their interests are ours again. Some more mercantilism, but we're not exactly short on money. Let's carry on coring. That's fine. Also fine. We have another papal favour. Okay, our prestige is high, our legitimacy possibly isn't high enough, so let's do legitimacy. Separatists. Okay, let's just pause. Going to alright, actually, let's give you the best general. And just send you over to deal with the separatism. Shouldn't be too bad, even though we're going to arrive at the party a bit late because we have a fort. So that should stop any massive ill effects. The Bohemians to protect the colony, but oh, actually, is it this colony? This colony. No, that one. Oh, this isn't good. Okay, we just lost a ton of army tradition because apparently we're having too many wars. That's very upsetting because that will affect us in a bad way. Actually, you have the general. You go there. Also, I thoroughly resent the seemingly pointless remark. This isn't pointless at all. I was getting access to colonizable provinces. Sheesh. There you go. Apparently I'm overdoing the warmongering. Have to decide whether we want to attack France sooner rather than later, which I doubt because we're just going to be having uprisings here, or whether we want to risk waiting and getting worse generals because of a loss of army tradition. It's a bit unfortunate, but not a huge amount we can do about it right now. Sunni zealots. Unfortunately, probably going to wipe that army out. That's what happens when you take a ton of territory. Alright, I'll give you the other general and you just go and take them down. That's good. This is less good, of course. Try and take the big army down Oh boy, right, okay. Yeah, maybe this was a mistake. To be fair, it should calm down as soon as we start coring some provinces and this overextension warning goes away. Actually, didn't we have like too much military power? Maybe we should actually put some of it to use and do like harsh treatment to people. Normally a massive waste of military power. But in this case, delaying it might give us a chance to call them. Not doing it for Norwegian separatists though. What have we got? We are the spawn of the devil once again. Okay. So this is what happens when you take too much territory, folks. That should be fine, I imagine. We're just going to put it down instantly. In fact, it might allow us to retrieve our army from there. Although we might want the army here anyway, because we can take that territory from Great Britain when we attack. Might want it for the attack on France, though. Still not keen to underestimate France. This air separatists. Okay. This is the bigger army, I suppose. Head down to Nuke. Technology, superior ship design. So who would ever have thought that after being so far behind in diplomatic technology, we're actually going to reach 32 first? More corruption. Okay, that's fine. Gain some papal influence. Should probably actually put something into becoming the Curia controller. Do we have any more we can actually do? Oh, there's one there. Problem is, sending missionaries out somewhere you haven't cored yet does stop you from making it a core. So, it's definitely not ideal. Oh, hang on. I'm sorry, this is quite funny. I've never seen it before. Our recent strategy to carve new provinces out of whoever happens to be in the way surprisingly seems to have had a somewhat negative effect on our standing among our fellow nations. They're overreacting as always. Ah dear. Right, where's the Bonneman? Separatists. Actually, let's just claim some money as well. Send you out. So we made prestige as our next papal favour thanks to that event. Who's this? Huh. Not sure where they came from. I'm going to send both armies just in case it's too much to that one army to deal with. They're kind of outnumbered. Oh, that's convenient. Actually worked out in our favour that time. France spying again. Good, good. Assimilation, always appreciated. See, we're winning, but it's drastically reduced the size of our army, unfortunately. However, we've started coring provinces, which should help us enormously. Overextension's still there, but at least we're making progress. Cool, so we just keep going, basically, and this will gradually disappear. So at the moment, yeah, we've got a lot of problems. More national unrest, it's harder to gain stability, harder to improve relations, losing diplomatic reputation. Oh, drat, we don't have anyone defending up there. Let's move them up. That's my fault. The army happened to walk into an uprising when they were on the way up. Got completely destroyed, and I didn't react. Colony's still going, at least. And we're not in as much of a hurry for them anymore. I don't think Tunis must have colonial ideas at all. Well, expansion ideas or exploration ideas. So, hopefully, we're fine. Ah, the Jolof separatists did succeed. Cool. So we were fine, but Fulo lost half the territory. Not complaining about that. At least our disloyal estates have gone now, so hopefully be recovering manpower a little faster. So yeah, it's all going to be about gearing up to attack France now. Noble Rebels is fine. They're on Lithuania again, no problem, we are happy to help. So yeah, Tierra Austral are just going to deal with them. No problem at all. Prussia wants to completely crush Lithuania. I know, this bit will probably survive, if nothing else. Not sure about the rest of it. So yeah, they can have our many junior partners to help them with that. Right, some of these probably have missionaries. All except Kano, I think, which is just beyond our current administrative power. To the True Faith. Finished coring a ton of provinces. You can start coring that one as well. So hopefully we can now do some of these provinces that we have previously cored. Our overextension alerts disappeared as well, so that's good. Lithuania has already accepted peace. So to be fair, they were pretty horribly outpowered there. Okay, so that's everything on the way to being cored except for Kano itself. Right, so actually they got off quite lightly there. Although they did accept peace quite early, so fair enough. So once this gets above around 50, we should be able to do Kano as well. We need. It's me not looking closely enough. There we go. Imperialism against just about everyone. Spy network discovered again. Excellent. That's what we like to hear. Okay, so Ottomans, is there anything we can do? We can sabotage their reputation. That sounds good. Also going to leave the spy there this time. France, we can fabricate a claim. Right, well if we take this province here, that will actually link all our lands, much as it would be nice to get former Lorraine. I'll probably take him anyway. In the end. Okay, cool. Yola. So we'll be able to reform an army from these fairly soon. France have sown discontent amongst our population. We do have some diplomats sitting around doing nothing at the moment, so let's improve relations with the Papal State. Try and work out why Naples hasn't put down this revolution yet. Cortez. Strictly limited monarchy. Have to say, I'm not that keen. No thanks. Sorry. Rifle, wonderful. We're getting there, apart from with administrative tech. So the other thing I was going to just check was our subjects. Who likes us least? Well, there's Bohemia and there's Spanish Canada are the main culprits. So, Spanish Canada, let's improve relations with you. And Bohemia, let's improve relations with you. Oh, you're probably our most recent junior partner, so I would imagine there's less we can actually do. Okay, you three can reform an army. Now I might take you up to the Low Countries. Most colonists back to twiddling the thumbs again now. Can't be helped. At least we're getting an extra 5 provinces out of that war. Even if it's severely damaged our ability to attack France and Great Britain before the end of the game. Oh. Flanders. We can maybe bring some of the English across. So, right, I'm going to try and improve relations with Kano. No, I'm not. Sorry, I'm looking at the colonists when I should have been looking at the diplomats. Doesn't look like we're going to have any uprisings anytime soon, so I might even move you up towards France as well. Still could do with getting our manpower back there. So we've discovered our spy again. Alsace. Okay, well, doing a little bit better. Taken most of Kano, colonised a bunch of new provinces. Hopefully we'll be colonising this last one soon. Dealt with the uprisings, so yeah, I mean, successfully enough. Good in terms of territory, I suppose. Just a bit concerned that it may mean we don't get to attack Great Britain again, because I'm still thinking of going for France next. But yeah, gone quite a bit over actually, so I will pretty much leave it there, and I will see you next time.